What's up, guys? It's me again. I know I haven't been doing doing this for a while because I've been going through a lot of personal stuff like outside of this, and it's been hard. Uh, but I'm not gonna go into detail into what exactly. I'm not gonna go into detail. So I'm just glad that things are going smooth right now. But this Saturday, Full Gear is gonna be a good pay per view, and it's gonna be crazy. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But what I can say is, I hope this year's Full Gear will cook. All right, so we're not. So I know this thing, ladies and gentlemen. So, but we're gonna start off with ladies first. So we're gonna start off with the Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Monet for the AEW Women's Championship. As you know, Mercedes Monet has recently collected her 13 AEW Championship, but from a different company. While Chris Statlander is still the AEW Women's Champion, and I know that they had their uh, the first ever, women blood and guts match was really cooked, and I'm not gonna lie, both of those women are doing pretty good. Man, I know a lot of people are just hating on Mercedes Monet, just because she's collecting belts from different companies, which I ain't got no problem with. Because Statlander, on the other hand, she has been on a roll with the AEW Women's Championship, but I think this match can. Hope there's no interference, but I think Chris Statlander will retain. But if Mercedes Monet wins it, I'll take it. But I think Chris Statlander can retain this. All right, next. All right, next we have the fatal 4-way tag team match. So, which is Willow, Nightgale, and Harley Cameron versus the Sisters of Sin, Julia, and Sky Blue versus Timeless Love Bombs with Tony Storm and Mina Sharakawa, and versus Megan Bain and Megan Shafir. And I think Megan Bain and Shafir are going to take this. And who knows? Who knows? They could win. They could dominate the whole women's tag team division. So the women's tag team division is still ongoing. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Bain and Marina will take it. Yeah. All right. Next we're starting with the men's division. We're gonna have Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. I can't speak for those two, but I can speak for myself. I'm a fan of both of them, and as you know, but this title reign that Heyman is on right now is like really completely 100% different from his first title reign when he won it the first time. And but the run he's on right now, I know I kind of see Heyman holding the title for at least a year, maybe at least until maybe some returns, or maybe until Swerve returns. But if Samoa Joe wins, I ain't mad about that either. But I kind of rooting for Hangman on this one. Kenny Omega. All right, next we have Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. We already know that the Young Bucks are broke already. So I think they're trying to get their redemption and their whole money back. But Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega is saying like, you don't need all that money. You're working for something more than that. But I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I think the Young Bucks might take it. Cause I know everyone knows they want their money back from all that from me broke the once before. But we'll see. All right, next we have Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Bang Yang versus the Outrunners with the $200,000 fatal 4-way tag team match. I'm kind of rooting for Bowens and Max. I know they got a lot of history, which goes back to when they first broke up. And Anthony Bowens was going on his own, and Max Caster was acting like he's the best rapper alive, but he kept getting destroyed in every match he competes in. And Anthony Bowens is like, you need me and all that other stuff. But Max and Anthony work very well as a tag team. But I'm not sure about Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn or Brian Keith. Big Bill and Brian Keith. I know that. I don't know. I just think that there's a great tag teams here, but it can go different directions. But we'll see how that goes. Next we have Rodito versus the FTR. I know that this is Rodito's first tag team title run, and FTR they've won tag team titles all over the place, and they want to reclaim their rightful place at the tag team division. And I know that FTR they're like one of the best, and I know that Rodito is trying to rise one of the best to be one of the best too. But I'm a fan of both teams, but we'll see how that tag team match goes. Kyle Fletcher and we got Kyle Fletcher and versus Mark Briscoe. We already know that we didn't want this match because Mark Briscoe already had his chance, and I was hoping Kyle Fletcher would find some more opponents like Ricochet, Darby, maybe anybody on the base roster who could be a different opponent to Kyle Fletcher's TNT Championship. But no, we want to go back and redo Mark Briscoe, and Kyle Fletcher, which I think is annoying. But I think that, but I want Mark Briscoe to take this one. But if Kyle Fletcher but the stakes is if Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family. I don't know about that one, but I just think that I kind of want Mark Briscoe to win this one. But with the stakes that high, we'll see how this plays out. Darby Allin versus Pac in a singles match. Darby is doing everything he can to be the cornerstone of AEW, and Pac is doing his own thing, like crazy stuff. And I believe that Darby Allin is doing everything he can to make sure AEW is the place for anybody who's welcome to join, no matter where you are or where you come from. And I don't know, because both those two are going to go crazy. I know we got Hangman versus Adam Page. Yeah, I already did that. John Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher and No Holds Barred. As you know that I know back at last weekend at Blood and Guts, that really cooked, and I believe in at the end where Kyle O'Reilly made John Moxley tap out, and that makes me Kyle O'Reilly a star. And I know that John Moxley was putting him over, and I kind of think at some point I think the Death Riders are going to disband. Um, I'm just now with the no holds barred match between Kyle O'Reilly and John Moxley. Those two are going to tear each other apart. And it can go different directions. It can go by, I don't know. It's gonna go. It's gonna be nuts. And I just think that I'm kind of rooting for Kyle O'Reilly in this one, but I'm a fan of John Moxley too. But if John Moxley loses this match, I hate to say it, but I think it's time for uh, the Death Riders to kick out John Moxley because he's been losing these past couple matches. And I know there's a Casino Gauntlet match for the National Championship of AEW, so I'm not. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plans out. So I just think that overall, as a whole, I think AEW is gonna cook. And so let me know what your predictions are. But I got my predictions. So I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW all full gear. And make sure you guys pray for me because I've been going through a lot of stuff. But it's personal stuff. No, it's nothing to do with this. I've been going through a lot of personal stuff. And I'm just glad God gave me a chance to prove myself and everything. So I'll see you guys Saturday for full gear. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for joining me. And see you guys on Saturday.